Welcome to Channel Into It with Shania. I'm Shania, and we are going to go ahead and throw out some of these messages. Just a heads up, this is going to be my first video on my page. Spirit been giving me downloads all day, all week for real, and they're like, "What are you doing with these?" I'm like, "Nothing," and they're like, "So what should you be doing with them?" And here I am doing what I should be doing with these downloads. So I was just channeling some things. So on this page, we're just going to be however my channels come in. So they come in through a multitude of ways. But today they were straight up downloads. It's not on my lip. But today they were straight up downloads while I was meditating. What the heck? Am I tripping? Okay. Yeah. Today they were straight up downloads while I was meditating. So we're going to go ahead and tell y'all about those. I had to write them down and everything. So we're going to start off with the songs that I was channeling. So I was channeling 2 songs and I went to my playlist and I scrambled through to pick more songs that may connect with this energy. So the first song was by Sublime and it was Ensenada. It's like, I don't wanna be a man no more. I wanna make love to a whore. So that's that song. And then the second song was Love is an Open Door by Frozen, which opened more Disney songs. Is that Disney or Pixar? Anyway, it opened more of those. There are sirens playing in the background. Whenever I hear sirens during a reading, Spirit's telling me that whatever is going on, it needs to be a lot of attention being paid to. And since I was mentioning Love is an Open Door while the sirens went off, with that song, just breaking that song down a little more, Spirit saying it does feel as though there is some kind of manipulation going on in the energy, and you definitely need to be watching your back. It does also feel like not just manipulation, but I guess you can say a lot of fake mirroring that's happening here as well. Like someone's trying to be that perfect somebody or seem like that perfect somebody when they're not, okay? Or they're trying to seem like your perfect match to come in and go ahead and gaslight you. Gaslight, that's the word I was looking for. So they can come in and gaslight you and do all the things that they want to do. So yeah, just be mindful of that. A lot of mirroring that can be happening in your energy, okay? So it was Love is an Open Door by Frozen, and then from the channeled song Sublime and Sonata, I got Slow Ride by Slightly Stupid and Stick Figure. And then I got Amber, I don't know who that's by. And then I got Let It Go from Love is an Open Door. And then we Don't Talk About Bruno. So this, just reading all of this energy, this feels like someone who wants to come in and just sleep with you. Or this feels like someone whose intention aren't as pure as they're trying to make it seem. And that kind of flows into what I was channeling, because first energy, this feels like someone who's not of pertinence in your energy, because the very first download that I received was Spirit showed me a vision of someone taking pictures with kids, and there was this man in the background who wasn't really noticed. You can tell that they were probably passed on. And I say passed on because it don't feel like they were dead. It felt like they were alive, but that they were no longer they were no longer involved, or they were no longer relevant to whoever this family was. And he was trying to, as they were taking pictures, he was in the background wanting to be part of it, doing bunny ears and all that, while this person was trying to catch moments. And then it did feel like a part of him did die, and that version of him that died, it felt like he was trying to play with some kind of controller or something like that, or was writing on the walls or something like that. But yeah, it felt like he wanted to very much be involved with the process of showing up, okay? So I don't know who that may resonate to, but yeah, that it felt like that was the energy of this person. And then that whole image shifted into a store surveillance of being watched at a store, or when you walk into a store and you're on the camera. And that led me to believing that this person is likely watching from afar. I know this is my first download, but that I'm gonna be uploading, but stick with me. I know it's a little chaotic, but I'm sorry. Okay, actually I'm not sorry. This is what I'm picking up on. Just be mindful. You're either being watched or recorded or caught on camera by whoever this person is. Spirit told me that they're waiting for another shoe to drop, or they're waiting for something to come about, so they can slide in and have access to this energy. I keep hearing security as I'm talking about this as well. This kind of feels like someone who's waiting for your security to drop, or is checking to see if there are any insecurities that they can come in and play on. So just be mindful of that. Make sure, I just heard Spirit say, tell them to drink their tea and water. And I keep saying chamomile. So just make sure you're drinking your water and your teas and all of that, and you're keeping yourself hydrated. This does give the energy of someone who wants to come in and drain you. Also, there is a little bit of construction going on behind me. And I didn't hear this just now, but when I was channeling, I heard the construction, and Spirit said, yes, someone's working on breaking themselves down to build themselves up, which is never necessarily a bad thing. It's just definitely when you're in that process, make sure that whatever you're embedding into your building up process, it's not something that can like cause harm. And the way that I'm seeing that when I say that is like, as you're building, like, this gives the energy of make sure you're not putting ticks in the wood so your foundation don't come crumbling down really soon, or make sure that you're gluing all of your parts so that by the time you're done, it can't be blown over with a simple breath. Also, I was channeling the FBI or CIA or something like that. As far as being watched as well, it feels like someone is being watched by the CIA, or you may be. I'm not gonna lie, this don't feel like it's completely connected to you. This kind of feel like somebody who's gone down the rabbit hole of some kind of CIA or FBI case or something like that. It was a little chaotic. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a little chaotic with that FBI CIA energy there. So yeah. Also, someone can be getting stalked by the FBI or CIA. This stalking energy can come from the FBI or CIA. So if you're into something that you have no business being into, I just heard Spirit say, or if you killed a man, I'm just channeling, okay? Or if you killed a man or some man or a family or something like that, just know that they looking at you, okay? Yeah, because I was also channeling. Sorry, I didn't write it all down because by the time I was done writing, I was like, freak, what else did I channel? But I was also getting this hiding energy, someone hiding. It was giving halfway hiding, halfway being private, but no, this is definitely somebody hiding from the FBI or the CIA or something. Just be careful who you let into your energy, especially the women out there who like you're dating these new men and all that. Be careful who you're letting into your energy, because not all of them is like worth a shit, okay? They're not even worth a shit, which means they're not starting off as food and supplementing your body and being shut out. What? No, supplement your body, okay? So there's that. I'm gonna wrap it up here because I'm not gonna lie, this energy is low-key a little chaotic, but we're gonna go ahead and start channeling these messages and pushing them out there because Spirit was on my ass about it this morning. Also, I'm gonna use that as a download too. Somebody out there, Spirit keep telling you to do something, you're not listening. I'm not trying to project, but the way that they was on my ass and I was already working on it, the way that they was on my ass was like, yeah, you gotta do this. Didn't you say you was gonna do that? Didn't you say you was gonna, oh, didn't you say you was gonna do that? Yada, 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 yada. I was literally meditating and Spirit was like, huh? Oh, message, 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 message. And none of it relates to me except for this one, which is get off your ass and do it. Okay, so it's time to get up. It's time. I'm hearing that song, get up, get out, relight your spark. Who sings that? You know the rest by heart. I don't know who sings that. I can't think of the other lyrics. Who is that? I keep hearing the word Phantom. Danny Phantom? No. Julie and the Phantoms? Is that Julie and the Phantoms? I think it is. Yeah, it's Julie and the Phantoms. I believe it's Julie and the Phantoms. Don't quote me on that. But I think it's Julie and the Phantoms. And even looking at that first episode of Julia the Phantoms, when she lost her mom, she didn't want to do any kind of music thing. She didn't want to participate in it at all. Dang, that actually makes sense, because I was saying, if like these people were dead, but not at the same time passed on, but not passed on. And like, wow, is that Julia the okay. or like they wanted to participate, they can follow her around. They were watching her. Okay. But the message, I'm just thinking of it in its entirety, but the message I was getting from Julie and the Phantoms was get up and push yourself to do the things that you know you love, that makes you feel comfortable in your own skin and everything. But that's all the message that I have here today. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up. Also, the fact that I'm sorry, I'm still channeling. I'm trying to wrap it up, but I'm still channeling. The fact that I wrote down the word Amber for music, for the channeled song, but I don't know who sings Amber. I don't even know how it goes. Honestly, I'll just shuffle through. The moment I looked down and seen that word, I saw Amber from Elemental, that character, and how can I say this? Like, I saw her as orange and I saw her as purple, and this almost gives the energy of like whoever you are. This gives the energy of like the longer you sit on something, the more you're going to explode when or the more you are emotionally going to implode, I guess you can say, and blow things up out of proportion, all because you're not fulfilling your dreams. So just make sure you're not, projecting onto people. That also reminds me of this mirroring energy that I was picking up on earlier. When I really skipped right past that. Just make sure that, like, how can I say this? Make sure that, like, when you are putting yourself out there, this is all giving. I'm not gonna lie. This is all giving low-key dating energy, or like obsessive person who don't know when to stop, honestly. Like, and this feels like beginning dating energy. Like, we just met and you've become obsessive and we're on our first date kind of thing, or we've only had one or two dates, we only hooked up one or two times. This is giving the energy of someone who don't know how to stop when they are told to stop, and who's watching you and is trying to mimic your persona to mirror it back to you. Please be mindful of that. I feel like I'm talking to somebody really young. Like, when I say young, I mean like 15, 16. Also, if you're that young, please don't watch my videos because these can get chaotic. But hey, life is life. Reality is reality. Sometimes you can't control it. But someone young